my name is Linda. I come from Italy and I'm a teacher here in international schooling. I teach, well, quite a lot of things and I'm so happy about it. Language arts, English, French, critical thinking, problem solving and learning strategies like management skills. So that's very interesting. And I'm going to teach also the elementary school and I'm very excited about it. And yes, I come from Italy. I like literature. I like hiking, so living outdoor in nature. I like reading a lot and also like writing. So when I don't write, I read. One of the two. I am a guitar player. I'm not professional. I'd love to, but I'm not. I really love to. And I like spending a lot of time with my 3 children. I'm a mom. So we spend a lot of time together, going around, traveling through Europe, road trips. Road trips are a thing right now. Wow, that's an interesting question, and I'm so grateful for your feedback. I'm really, well, grateful is the right word. Well, me, teaching is more a relation job. More a relation. I would also delete job word, at least for the moment. Basically, my main goal as a teacher is to help my students growing up as human beings. This is the first thing. So basically, that's why I say that teaching is mostly about being into a relation with someone. So it's not about score. Of course, we have scores. Of course, we have performance. So our students need to have also practical tool to look at, which are assignments and scores, of course. But that's not the most important thing. I think that the most important thing is, from my point of view, to guide my students, to guide them into having tools, resources, in order to become effective and happy human beings, grown-up human beings in their everyday life. That's the main thing. And also because I have taught also in regular schools, and when you're in regular schools, students are simply, they have to learn. But how they're going to learn and what they're going to take home from what they learn is not so relevant most of the time. And from our point of view, I mean, from the teacher's point of view, what happens is that we are just there sharing knowledge. But that's not the point. I can be the most expert in the whole world about, I don't know, British literature, but that's just about me. I know it. That's useful to me. I know it in a certain way. My point is, how can I help you as a student to know not only what I know, but to know what you need to know in order to become an effective and happy human being in your everyday life? So how can I help you learning? Maybe I'm a visual learner. I like learning a lot by writing. I'm a great writer. I write all the time when I listen to a lecture, to someone speaking about something that I'm interested in. But there are a lot of students who are not writers. A lot of students who learn a lot by images and videos. So it's my job to help them learn how they need to learn, what they need to learn in a way and through a strategy that is effective to them. That's the point. That's my main job. But I wouldn't say that as an absolute statement that an online school is better than physical school. Just like I said before, the point is finding the right solution, the right strategy, the right tools for everyone. So we are all unique. So I would definitely say that an online school could be the best solution for some of us. For example, I started teaching here. I also started thinking about myself as a student. And I was focusing, for example, on all the subjects that are taught here. And I also started thinking that, why, I would have liked this. And I also would have liked this. Why? I didn't have this. This would have been so nice. So I think that I was a good student. For example, I attended the regular physical schools and I was a good student. But I also think that, well, maybe my school experience, my academic experience could have been different. It could have been better. I don't know that because that's in the past, so I cannot see this. But for example, I'm a mother. I have 3 children, and my eldest children has a gift profile So, for example, I would say that for her, this could be an interesting option because she gets bored in physical schools. She sometimes struggles with the time that she has to stay sit. So that could be an option for example.
Yeah.
So that's the point. It is not a matter of what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong. The point is find the right solution for you. I would say that it was smooth. I totally appreciated the support that I got from international schools, so from my supervisor, from all of you guys. And I started feeling as part of the family since the very start, which is not so. I wouldn't give it for granted. I mean, just as I said, I also worked in physical schools, and that's not what happens. For example, in physical schools, when you step into a physical school, you're like, what can I do? What can I say? It's a bit like this. Who are my colleagues? Who can I bond with? I don't know. And this is something that has not happened here. I started feeling part of the family since the very start. Maybe one challenge that I faced at the beginning was getting the right amount of lessons in order to have my weekly schedule, correctly filled. So at the beginning, I had a lesson here, a lesson there, and then I realized, okay, what am I going to do for the rest of the time? But after speaking with the administration and so on, we fixed this in quite a few days, I would say. So that was also a very positive element that I noticed. So you have a problem, if we work together, so if everyone is free to say, okay, I have this issue here, what can I do? I don't know how to solve it. Of course, if I can solve it on my own and say, I have this issue and I found this solution, is that okay for you? And this works perfectly fine because it's about my own responsibility and accountability. But all the same, if I have an issue, I feel free to say, I have this issue here, I don't know how to solve it. What can we do? And we work together on it. And that's fantastic. Compared to what I had before, I would say 100 out of 100. I know that there are a lot of students coming from all over the world, so there's also different GMT zones. So when I send an email because I need to fix something or because I need an information, I write. Of course, I'm not expecting to get the answer within minutes. It happens. Sometimes I'm that lucky. But I'm positive. I'm definitely sure that I'm going to receive the answer that I need by the time I need it. Maybe not straight away, because there are so many students, so many teachers, so many families. Of course, I'm not expecting to have the answer within a minute, even if sometimes I also have that. And if it's very urgent, I can always text, for example, my supervisor and ask for a fast answer. So definitely that's worked perfectly fine. At the beginning we said I'm a literature person, okay? So I am used to have not too structured way of thinking, not too structured guidelines, because I'm a very creative person, so I like to have the general idea, the main idea, not general, but the main idea, and then I can be free to talk about it or discuss about a certain topic in choosing each step. So that's what I normally do. It is also what happens, for example, here in some European curriculums. You just have the main topic you have to cover, and then you're free to go according to your own personal preference. Of course, this also may have negative effects, because if the teacher is not that creative, or if the teacher is just what has taught so far for, I don't know, a decade or even more, well, the teaching experience and also the learning experience is going to be affected. So I appreciate freedom, having more freedom from the curriculum point of view, but the curriculum is also, it's not only what you have to do, but also to think about how you can fulfill each step. So I would say that the curriculum, just like the one we have, can meet this expectation, you have to teach this, and these are the necessary steps that you need to follow in order to be sure to complete everything. Because on the other side, if you choose too free way of teaching, there are things that can be skipped, things that can be valuable or interesting to students that can be completely overcome. So I would say that the curriculum we are following here in international schooling allows you to, it grants you to not forget anything. And if you think not only about what you have to teach, but also who are you addressing to, you get all the freedom you need in teaching. Definitely, because just like I said, the feeling of being part of system, and I say system not from the psychological point of view. System allows us like different elements working together for the same purpose. Being part of a system, part of a net where everyone is accountable and responsible for its own role, but it's mutual. So we are all working together. This is so important. And I would also say that what I really like here is that there's something that happens, at least in Italian physical schools, is that a certain time there's a moment where teachers may experience boredom. I'm always teaching the same thing. I'm always teaching using the same strategies. This cannot happen here. I cannot be bored, because even when I teach the same lesson to different groups or to different students, it's never the same lesson, because I'm in front of different people, so I have to change it. The topic, the content is the same, but the way I'm going to conduct the lesson is going to be necessarily different, and this prevents from boredom. Yes, for the same reasons, and because you can have the school that you actually need and that you actually want. So according to your preferences from the student's point of view, you have choices. It's more similar to what we have, for example, here in universities. You have certain areas that you have to somehow complete, but you can choose. You can pick your favorite one. You can pick your favorite subject within that area. And that's very important. It's important for the student to have a free choice, and also from the responsibility point of view, because you are the student, you are going to choose what you want to study, so you are going to commit in it.